Who is it tonight?
I told you we gotta be done in 45 minutes here. It's a quick agenda, so.
Thanks for coming.
That's right.
They're old school pens.
I know, I love those. I felt pen.
Okay, good evening. The time is 6 o'clock. We do have a quorum, Mr. Chairman. Welcome to the Parks and Rec Advisory Board for the April 17th meeting. I'll pass it on to you, Mr. Chairman.
Awesome. Thanks, Tom, and welcome all live and maybe at home watching. I'll call roll. Please respond if you are here. Stephanie Butler,
Here.
Morgan Van Gelder,
Present.
Jason Alberici,
Here.
and myself. Missing today, Allison Catula, Scott Minette, and Ralph Troop. Let's all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Wow, that's a lot of voices for the Pledge of Allegiance. I'm very excited to hear that. Thank you. Today we have agenda in front of us, and I'm going to ask for one modification to move item 8, new business, to occur after public comment, item number 5.
I make a motion to move number 8, new business, to after public comment.
Second.
Motion by Morgan, second by Jason. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So moved. In front of us are the meeting minutes from the March 20th meeting, dutifully and well prepared by staff. If there are no comments or questions, I will entertain a motion to approve the meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from March 20th.
Motion by Jason,
Second.
second by Stephanie. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So moved. Next item is public comment. Tom, do we have any public comment today?
Yes, we do have one. I would like to invite Ryan Lee. Come up. Ryan, you'll get 5 minutes, and as you know, it's not a time to engage with the board. The floor is yours.
Clock.
Yeah,
Very
I'll
good.
start it here. I'll give you a warning when you got a minute left.
Shouldn't take that long. Ryan Lee, 295 Black Rock Trace, speaking on behalf of Hopewell Baseball. So my family and I are closing in on about a decade at Hopewell since it reopened at Bell Memorial Park. My son's here with me. 10 years. It's been a wonderful experience. It's been awesome. My wife and I have spent a lot of hours. She's at Bell right now watching one of our kids play. But our 3 boys, they've grown up there alongside our friends and our neighbors. And 10 years ago, when we restarted Hopewell, there were about 400 kids in the program, roughly, when we started. Now there's 800, roughly, maybe a little bit over that, just being conservative there, but round numbers. We want this trend to continue, right? But the reality is we don't have enough space for that to happen. And our community has asked for 4 diamonds for many years, and you guys have listened to that, so thank you very much. We're grateful that Deerfield's going to hopefully provide those 4 new diamonds for our league. And I believe that is the will of our people. I wouldn't be here speaking tonight if I didn't believe that. I mentioned the growth over the last decade, but the reality is 15 to 20% of our kid pitch players leave Hopewell for private leagues because we don't have the fields to support the necessary activities. And even more unsettling, by the age of 14, many of them quit playing the sport altogether. Yet our program continues to grow thanks to our volunteer-led organization, which y'all are very familiar with, and the partnership that we have with the city of Milton. So again, having these 4 new diamonds will help us provide a venue to retain kid pitch. These players need to be playing on baseball diamonds. Multi-uses cannot happen. Why? It's not safe. It's not practical. And frankly, it's not fair to the growing community who want more access to baseball fields, to diamonds. So one of our children, I have 3 boys, one of them plays lacrosse. He practices 2 times a week, and he has games on the weekends. We love it. I'm thrilled that there will be more rectangles for lax and for football. It's great. But meanwhile, when I'm at the lax games or the football, I look around Bell and I see our kid pitch teams, struggling to find space, right? These are older kids from, 9 up through 14. So assuming Deerfield builds 4 new diamonds, Legacy would have more availability, right? So Deerfield and Legacy now more than doubles the current rectangle footprint. So I don't see the need for multi-use on these new baseball diamonds. Again, thank you so much for your partnership and your support of our great community.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ryan. Tom, any other public comment today?
That concludes public comment.
Awesome. Then we will move to item 8A, new business, formal induction of junior rangers. Ranger
Happy
Jen.
Thursday. Glad you're here. Behind me, I have some awesome junior rangers. They went through our academy last week, and I'm just going to tell you briefly what they learned. So we built habitats, which require food, water, anything else? Shelter. Experts. The next day, we did nature journaling. I have some awesome photos of kids birding and finding native wildflowers, which I discovered 5 new native wildflowers in MCPP, which I feel like is a huge win for us. And then on the last day, we went down to the creek, and what did we do? What did we find? An axolotl. We found salamanders that still had their gills, so they look like axolotls. So that was exciting for the kids. So I'm honored to have them up here tonight and celebrate with you.
Awesome.
Ready to come out? All right, come on up. Come on, Cameron. Get in here. All right, are you guys ready? Yeah. Right hand up. This is your commitment. Repeat after me, remember? I pledge to be a junior ranger for the city of Milton.
Pledge to be a junior ranger for the city of Milton.
I'll explore the parks, streets, and local places.
I'll explore the streets, and local places.
I promise to keep our city clean.
I promise to keep our city clean and green.
I'll use my senses to observe and listen.
I'll use my senses to observe and listen.
Creating a community where everyone can share.
Creating a community where everyone can share.
With this pledge,
I
take a stand
take a stand
to protect our parks
to protect our parks
and wilderness land.
and wilderness land.
All right, congratulations. Get a photo.
Go down. Up or down?
Whatever you want. You want to come down?
Yeah, let's
Stay
go
up?
down. We'll make a better photo.
Silent, but it's working, I promise.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jen, and congratulations again to all our newest class of junior rangers. Item 8B is a consideration of a recreation program provider partnership between Kiddo Kinetics and the Milton Parks and Rec staff. Tom or Thomas?
I'll take it.
Okay.
I'm going to invite Patrick Guillory to the podium with Kiddo Kinetics. They're a sports enrichment program that offers a playful way to introduce kids to sports, and it really promotes exercise as well, if I'm kind of gathering it. But I'm going to leave it to Patrick to kind of give you a rundown on the program. I have seen the slideshow, and I'm excited to hear what he's got to say to kind of add on to it.
Awesome.
Thank you. Not sure how I'm supposed to follow up the Junior Rangers, but I'll figure it out.
You got to repeat the pledge by memory.
Wasn't paying that close attention. So we're at Kiddo Kinetics. My wife and I purchased the franchise in May of 22, have been open about 2.5 years now. We're based out of Marietta and East Cobb, and we serve the entire North Atlanta area. Yeah, too many times. Oh, there we go. Perfect. And what Kiddo Kinetics was founded upon about 25 years ago in Florida was getting kids moving and focusing on gross motor skill development through sports and through fun activities. So as a parent with 3 young kids, 10, 8, and 5, I've seen them be in overly competitive sports leagues. A lot of kids having to focus on one sport, which I completely disagree with. And it's taken a lot of the joy out of the fun of sports and movement among youth kids. So what we offer is a non-competitive sports program where we bring a different sport each week to the program and teach kids the basic skill movements, focus on most gross motor skill development within those sports, and teach them an active and healthy lifestyle. So at each class, we also pass out an activity card, which highlights a key muscle group or a key skeletal group of the body, as well as checks the box on the activity they did that day that they can then show their parents. And our curriculum-based focus is age appropriate. We serve kids as long as they can stand up, we like to say, all the way through 11 years old. And of the gross motor skills, we teach a lot of accuracy, agility. We focus on crossing over the midline, a lot of flexibility, strength, speed with the kids. We do team activities, have them work together depending on the sport we're doing. And all of the skill-based games we play during our sessions are not competitive. So we've toyed around with some competitive items, but typically with kids that age, tears will flow if a kid has to sit out. So we keep everything fun. As you can see, we have a broad range of activities and sports that we bring. We bring all the equipment, we bring the coaches, and all of the equipment is age appropriate. So at lacrosse, as an example, if we are doing lacrosse that day, we will bring youth sticks, soft balls. We won't use hard lacrosse balls. We even do baseball with cut fun noodles, and they hit off of tees made of fun noodles. So the younger kids get to experience that level of movement through that sport at an age appropriate type level. In the class format, so each class is structured very similarly. So we warm up with a fun activity with the kids. Again, depending on age, we teach them how to do jumping jacks by doing star pencil. That's something simple for the kids to learn. Then we teach them how to stretch by making a slice of pizza. So they sit on their butts, put their feet apart, and make a pizza slice. And then we ask them what toppings they want to put on the pizza, and we teach them how to stretch. Then we do some calisthenics with them. So again, depending on the age, we'll have them open their pizza oven by doing a push-up, reach in, put the pizza in, pull it out, close the oven. Then we have them take a nap after they eat their pizza, and they wake up to an alarm doing sit-ups. So they learn how to do sit-ups. Based on the age, we make it more challenging as we go. My wife's really good with doing like wheels on the bus with the littles that can't quite do push-ups. So they do wheels on the bus, big movements. They make a bridge, let different vehicles pass underneath it while they're in a bridge position. So it's a lot of fun. Then we do the warm-up activity, which could be a form of tag, a form of running, a form of any type of skill to get the kids moving. Then we also do an obstacle course. So we have a different obstacle course equipment we bring out. It involves balance, jumping, coordination, going through tunnels. We'll do the different activities through the obstacle course. They'll have to bear crawl, hop on one foot, do it backwards. So constantly trying to mix their little brains up and get that coordination going. Then we introduce the sport of the day or the sport of the week. And it's typically 20 minutes of that sport. And again, it's all progressive. They learn the different skill sets and movements of that sport. And then a cool down, kind of reset, recap of what went through the class. We hand out the activity cards, do a sticker, do a stamp sometimes, and then let the kids be on their way. And again, we bring everything but the kids. So we show up with all the equipment and everything. And this is more a splash page of what we offer. We're here with you guys for the Parks and Rec Department. And we are currently with the city of Alpharetta and had a tremendous amount of success with them. They're expanding us this summer into their camp program, which we did 1 to 2 camps last year with them. That led into the fall, now into spring sessions, and we're continuing to grow. And why fitness matters, I don't think we need to tell anyone here, but fitness matters for kids. A lot of kids are stuck on screens. They're looking at electronic devices. My kids in public school down in East Cobb don't get enough PE, believe it or not. Like they have PE sometimes once every other week, depending on what their other specials are. So just getting the kids moving, getting them working with kids, you get a lot of joy spread on the child's face as you see them moving. So it's a lot of fun. And some specific details, I think what we had in mind for the city of Milton were 2 different sessions, a 2 to 3 year old class, and then a 4 to 5 year old class, which would be in the fall. It would be a 45-minute session and 8-week sessions, and 1 day per week, typically done in the morning. It's similar to like a mommy and me, the moms, or it could be the grandma bringing the child for the 45-minute session. And we usually stack the 2 classes back to back. So the 2 to 3 year olds and then the 4 to 5 year olds. Yeah. But that's all I've got. Any questions you guys have of us in our program?
I love the concept. I think it's great.
Thanks.
Yeah, I don't, would this be at Bell or somewhere? Was that the idea?
Yeah, so we can, what's great about our program and what we do, so we don't need a full sports field. We can, honestly, we tell schools and centers that we're in, a 20 by 20 room is all we need. So we can do it in a gym, we can do it in an open meeting room, we could do it in a field. We don't need a regulation size field, so whatever space works. It could even be done on the green space out front. So it makes it a little more difficult with those kids, but with this group in this time frame, the parents will be there, so any runners will get caught. As you can imagine. So.
You may play ball was probably a similar type concept to this from, well, my kids are older now.
Yeah.
My kids did that. It was awesome. Same,
Yeah, it's
similar concept, I think.
It is.
To what this is. So I'm in full support. I think it's
Cool.
a great.
Thank you.
You need a motion here? So I'll make a motion.
To continue conversations.
Yep.
Or however.
So
Jason, you're a pro at this one.
I'll make a motion for city staff to continue the conversation with a partnership with Kidonetics. Is that how we say it?
Motion by Jason,
A second.
a second by Morgan. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thanks, Patrick. Good luck.
Thank you. Yeah,
Thank
good
you,
luck.
guys.
Yeah,
Appreciate
sounds
it.
exciting.
Thank you, you
Same-
too.
Same to you. Okay, we will now resume the regular agenda with committee reports. We'll work top down again. We won't go backwards. Hopewell baseball. I know that they were at Deerfield Park comment periods with input there. And I think there's a recommendation for field sizes that we kind of pulled out of them at the last meeting. So
Correct.
things are going well on that front. I don't know.
I received an email actually this morning with their official request. So
Good.
on those field sizes.
Yeah. Anything else, Thomas, to add for baseball?
Just quickly approaching the end of spring ball. And now
Crazy.
We'll mention that as we go down the list, but I know, yeah,
But they have
already in
another-
April here.
Another tournament day, right? Or some sort of round
yeah,
robin, something.
Baseball did mention an additional tournament with some outside teams, mostly kind of a scrimmage session, but that'll be coming up later in the month. I think, what did I say, Tom? The 27th? Is that a Sunday? But yeah, they're excited for another big park atmosphere for another Sunday.
Awesome. Eagle Sticks.
Yeah, I'll cover both. The lacrosse, similarly, they are both winding down seasons. Everything has been, I've not heard any issues from either side. So things are going. They got probably another 2 weeks, 3 weeks before be done.
Yeah.
First of May. So all's
Playoffs coming
going.
up. Playoffs.
Yep, playoffs come up.
Yeah,
that last
I'm already
week.
holding some fields, just kind of waiting for a schedule to be
Yep.
released. So we're looking forward to it.
So yeah, everything's going smooth.
Awesome. Football.
Yep, so registration's open. Tackle numbers are at 209. Flag is 160, which is 20 ahead of last year, same time last year. Over 100 signed up for cheer, and they have a month and a half to go. So things
Wow.
are going well.
Great.
Awesome.
Okay, thanks, Stephanie. Halftime sports.
Sure, I can talk about halftime. Yeah, with the spring Saturdays, coming to a conclusion, we're looking ahead to summer ball. Halftime they're year round, so they're not stopping.
Mhm. Great, thanks, Thomas. Swim team. That's got to be
Yeah, swim team. Yeah, I can-
moment.
Yeah.
Phil?
they're going to be in the pool by May 7th or May 8th, I think. So they'll be starting their practices very soon.
Not the way the temperatures have been
They
lately.
got their schedule for the meets this year. We've got 3 home meets.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're ready for them.
That's awesome.
Pool's ready to go.
I don't have anything particular to report for tennis from Terry, unless you guys have something.
Yeah, I don't have anything particular either. His seasons are a little different. So he just wrapped his winter season, and he's kind of in the early stages of his spring season now. So
Gotcha. Great. And then we're into a whole bunch of city hosted. So I'll turn to you, Thomas. You can kind of give us updated rundown the.
yeah, I wish I had more to add for youth arts programming, but I know Matthew's registration just continues to grow across the board. I don't know if you have
I don't
anything
have.
specific.
I have some updates for some of Matthews, but not anything on arts. I think we're just smooth sailing on the
Okay.
arts.
Fair. Adult programming.
Adult programming, that's our Rush Union adult soccer program out of Legacy Park. We are in our spring season, probably about the midway point, playing on Monday and Wednesdays, but continues to be a success. They're a year-round activity as well. And then we've got Petanque. We're not currently in any kind of season or session with Petanque, but if you go to Bellevue, there's probably a group of folks back there utilizing that gravel parking lot for their games and matches.
That's awesome.
That turned out to be a really neat little program.
Yeah.
And a cool
Yeah, I
amenity
see him
at
there
the
quite a
park.
bit.
Utilizing a parking lot that we could use for parking still if we needed to.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's also multi-use. We also did recently lose our Tai Chi program. The owner of the company moved to Florida, and she had somebody here that is commuting very, very far to teach classes. And so we're in conversations actually already with another Tai Chi instructor that can come in. So I expect in the next month or two, we'll probably have either an instructor or a program provider come in to speak, or you'll
Great.
hear about.
Super. Camp Joyful Souls.
Camp Joyful Souls, no new update other than our management team is continuing to plan. We'll be sending offer letters out probably by the end of tomorrow or early next week for our staff. And then for Camp Compass, the same as for them. They do have some openings, I believe, in several weeks, but wait list for no openings.
No, it's full.
It's full now. That's so we're waitlisted with both camps. And I know Camp Compass is in the midst of daily interviews. I know they've got their leadership team down and looking to fill with counselors and some volunteers.
How about the camp? I know it's with the partner, the camp of where they go do the rafting and
NOC.
yeah.
We are currently our agreement with them. We had an MOU with them, a memorandum of understanding. It was a 1-year agreement, so it's all in procurement, ready to get dumped into the council agendas. So we're looking to expand on that too, from what we did last year.
Yeah, because it's pretty well
It's gonna be good.
received.
It's gonna
Yeah,
be fun.
and it's probably something.
They filled up fast, didn't they, last
Yeah.
year?
I think one group
They filled up. One of the groups filled up. Yeah, we got good registration on those.
Good. Okay. Summer D camp.
Yeah, I'll provide just a call. Thomas touched on a lot of it just now, but Matthew's down to the last, assuming the offer letters that are about to go out are accepted. He's got, I think, 3 openings with staff that he's still trying to fill, which is great. And appreciate the board's help here when we came to you a couple months ago with the late fees and the aftercare. That was presented on Monday and approved through council.
Great.
So those are 2 new. In fact, I met with finance today on how we're going to get it to go through all the steps after we collect it, how it's going to go. So
Great. Super.
we're locked and loaded, and we appreciate your help on that.
Glad to do it. Last, outdoor recreation programming.
No report.
Gotcha. Super.
Everything's going great with Jen. She's
Yeah.
doing her thing. She
Okay.
had the junior ranger, and no report.
You mentioned the folks getting in the swimming pool. When's the swimming pool actually open to the public?
To the
Or-
public, Memorial Day
Memorial Day. Okay.
weekend. Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah. Okay, next item to kind of continue, staff reports and communications. Item 9, active park project updates.
Okay, these will be quick. I know you kind of had conversations with the project managers on the public works side last month. We had Legacy Park. We did sit down, meet, and we did revisions to their initial 30% concept to try to value engineer some of it. And they are working on incorporating any of those recommendations that would actually make a good impact on the project. So once we get that back, that's really goes for both Legacy Park and Milton City Park and Preserve active side.
Right.
I think the revisions are really going to be heavy on MCPP active more than Legacy, but we did have some questions on Legacy Park as well. So I would expect a little more meat on the bone next month or the month after for sure. But they're still ongoing and moving. MCPP passive, that construction project's still ongoing. Looks a lot different back there. It looks a lot different. They're putting in all kinds of water collection features and weirs and things I'm learning about, honestly, to try to get the hydrology back to something more natural versus what it was with pipes and collecting the water when it was a golf course.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really what's eating up a lot of the time. So and that's grant funded, so we've got timelines. So we're working towards the finish. We're probably in our last little home stretch here. Because even the trail's starting to go in now too. So it's looking good there. And last, of course, is the Deerfield Active Park. We'll be presenting what was similarly presented to this board last month to council in the next council meeting on the 28th. And so we'll kind of get their feedback and then start moving towards a final 30% concept that then we can decide if we're going to when and how we're going to move into construction documents. So that one's moving along well. And again, I appreciate the board's input on that as well from last month.
Glad to help.
Yep.
Super. Then the last item is community outreach update.
Yes, I have that as well. Give me one moment, please.
Okay.
Pull it up. Emily was gracious enough to provide me with notes. Okay, we have on the event side, Meet the Neighbors is May 10th from 10 to 2 at the Freemanville Birmingham Green Space. That's always a really fun one. We get little ponies and donkeys and goats and whatever. I don't know exactly what she's got lined up for this year with the equestrian committee.
Freemanville, is that the one?
It's the rectangular pasture with the parking lot kind of in the middle, right in the corner of Freemanville and Birmingham with the new roundabout.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a stone house on one corner.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the big mansion on the other side.
Yep.
Michaela is once again organizing our Splash and Bash. This year we're going to do it the day the pool opens and kind of have it like a opening first 3 hours, a little event to try to draw more to the pool opening, make it a thing. So we'll get like water inflatables and we'll have, something along the lines of popcorn or popsicles and other things for the kids, and just make it a little more than just opening the gates. We'll see how that goes. I suspect it's going to be awesome. So, and we'll bring our program providers out too. It's an opportunity for them to market themselves if they want to come out. We'll open up the building too, and we'll make a little day of it. Memorial Day, May 26th. We're going to be doing that on the green. This board should have gotten an email with invitations. So if you can RSVP, if you're able to come, that'd be great. And the last event update is Crab Apple Fest, which now falls in Parks and Recreation this year. So this is our first year organizing it. Luckily, we had terrific blueprints from years past and SOPs. So while it's a huge lift, it wasn't a hard transition, if that makes sense. It's a lot of work, but we feel comfortable with what's going on there. Applications for Crab Apple Fest are already open.
What's the date of that?
October, I don't have it.
I don't remember.
Beginning, I think.
Yeah.
Saturday.
First Saturday.
4th.
Okay.
And on the outreach side for Emily, we got Georgia Cities Week next week and Earth Day also next week. And we have 2 summer interns for this summer that we've hired. It's going to be a good group.
Yeah.
And we've got 2 and they're going to be awesome. So coming up with projects for them to do. These interns actually are extremely helpful and they get real work to do.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And that's what we seek for them. It's for college age kids. And in the past we've had them run events and whole gamut. So
Great.
We're excited about them having. She also has one more note here. The June meeting, she's going to come in and talk about Bright Mind Story Time. And so Bright Mind Story Time is going to be like a special needs little story time at the library that we're partnering with the library to do. So she'll come and give a lot of detail on that.
Awesome.
Excellent.
And that concludes community outreach update.
Wow. Great, thanks.
Not going on.
Moving through the agenda, any other business for this board? Anybody want to bring up? Hearing none. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I will make a motion to adjourn.
A motion by Jason,
I will second.
second by Morgan. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So move. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Thomas.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody, for listening.